Salmon need clean freshwater river systems. They need free passage to sea. They need to be able to undertake long marine migrations free of excessive exploitation, predation, disturbance, and they need to be able to return. So they're measuring the quality of an environment and reflecting changes in environment over thousands and thousands of miles. So as a species, showing just how we really are protecting rivers and the sea, there is nothing more likely to give us the true picture. And in understanding that and looking at where we're losing fish in that migration, whether it's due to river flows, human activity, predation, or any other factor, if there are factors there that we can manage that are within human control, then we'll be able to advise managers to tackle those and try and improve the fate of the fish as they're leaving freshwater rivers and going to sea.
Salmon is an iconic species. It's like a canary species for our environment. It has a huge migration, and everyone's interested in long distant migrations. It's a species that travels 1,500 kilometers out to its migration grounds, but also it spends 2 years or 3 years, depending on the location, in freshwater environment. So it returns as an adult, spawns in freshwater, and then spends 2 years before it makes a decision to smoltify or turn silver and migrate back into the marine environment. So Ireland has a long, strong tradition and folklore in relation to salmon. So it's very important to us from a heritage point of view. It's very important from an ecological point of view. And in Ireland also it has a lot of economic benefits. So it's a very important species to us.
Well, it's important because salmon is an important species. It's the best indicator of water quality in our rivers and in our salt water. So I think it's the best species to show the water quality in our regions, in our planet. And that's the reason, I think.
A lot of stuff going on, working on salmon populations in the last 30, 40, 50 years. And essentially it's still an endangered species many places. So we need to be able to do better in order to preserve this fish for the coming generations. So in that sense, International Year of the Salmon is a year or an event where we can draw awareness to that we are still working on it, but we need to have a continued effort in order to succeed in this.
Well, I think that initiative is very important because people sometimes are not really aware yet that salmon is in trouble, because we have all this stocking from the hatcheries, right? And sometimes people fall into this, they get used to the idea that if you just keep on stocking, then they will always be there. But that's not exactly what we are trying to accomplish. And if the conditions keep getting worse and worse, then not even the stocked ones will be able to survive. So it's very important to raise awareness, I think.
I think this is an important initiative to make sure that it comes up on an agenda in different countries. And if we have this as a flagship species, it's very important that it also gets into media in all countries. I think this is a good initiative.
I think it's very important because it does highlight the salmon, the problems associated with the salmon. It moves from freshwater to the marine environment. It's under an awful lot of pressure throughout its life cycle, and so we just hope to highlight exactly, where the bottlenecks are to survival, and hope to conserve and manage what we consider to be the most iconic fish species there is.
I think the International Year of the Salmon is really important because it brings together a lot of the people who are involved in salmon research, also brings together stakeholders and people that have an interest in salmon. It allows us a forum to collaborate, to discuss some of the issues to do with salmon, and to develop research on a broader basis so that we can investigate some of the fundamental issues underlying the declines in Atlantic salmon stocks.
Bringing a focus to salmon through the International Year of the Salmon will help the public and the agencies to work together towards a conservation-orientated programme and get a greater appreciation of the problems surrounding salmon management.